Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Tom Mods Things. This is going to be part 3 of the Porsche Cayman Pandem build. Today we're going to be working on the front bumper and fitting these side pieces onto that to blend the front fenders into the GT4 front bumper, because that is something that isn't part of the kit. That's going to be a fully custom one-off job. Forming the front with some air dry clay that I've got, so I'm going to be carving to make it exactly how I want it to look, and then after that we're going to be laying some fiberglass over the top, waiting for that to dry, and essentially creating our own front over fenders, be it using some of this potentially as a template to get us at least a little bit started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push the car out back so that we get a little bit more room around the front, and show you what we're dealing with. Alright, so this is what we're dealing with currently at the front. So as you can see, you can just about make out where the where the old fender needs to meet up, and then you've got the over fenders that kind of sit over the top of that. And then what we're going to try and do is get something like this, hopefully match up around here. As you can see though, as this sort of matches up like so, this angle on this GT4 bumper just along here is going to prove to be a little bit difficult, and then ignore the bit down the front because we're going to lock all that off. But I think we're going to need to do some sort of rework on this bit. Might even need to split it and then reform it afterwards, just to try and get the whole thing to work properly, but we'll approach that when we get around to it. Right, so now we're on to the modelling bit. This is the stuff that I'm going to be using today. As you can see, already started on one side, but essentially it's this like air dry modelling clay. Probably a really expensive way of doing it, and I'm sure people that are in the know about this might say that I'm maybe using the incorrect thing, but essentially what I'm going to do is use this to stick on the side of the car, and then start to kind of carve the shape that I'd like to sit on there, and to blend it in with the GT4 bumper. And then as soon as this is dried, then I can then lay some fiberglass over the top to then fuse a couple of bits together, and then as soon as that's done I can then start sanding and prepping and sorting out all of that sort of stuff. But hopefully this gets me to the stage where at least I've got a shape that I'd like to follow on that. So I'm just going to go over and show you what that is right now. I'll just show you what I've done. So we've got the top blue piece, and then I've just started to form this clay so that it kind of just starts to have this like swooping curvature in it, and then the same with this profile here, matching this bit on the front bumper just here. So what I'm going to do, no idea whether this is the correct way to do it or not, but I'm just going to leave this to dry a little bit, maybe do then a little bit of sanding, and then look to do a bit of fiberglass over the top, and then hopefully I can then fuse the blue piece at the top with the new fiberglass bit at the bottom, and then do some finishing sanding, and then I'll have myself my new capping panel. So I'm just going to wait for that to dry. Alright, so I'm just at the point now where I'm going to start to put a small sort of single layer of fiberglass over the top of this, I think, just to get the contours and join it to this blue piece above. So I've sanded this just to etch it in. As you can see, this clay's gone a little bit blue. I haven't got any like mould release wax, so sort of doing a little bit of reading up online, and some people suggested maybe using like a hard car wax instead, so that's what I've applied on there. So no idea if this is going to work or not, but we don't really need to reuse the mould at all. All we need to do is just get a layer over the top, join to this piece, so then I can pull the whole thing off, and then fiberglass on the inside to strengthen it up a bit. So this is really just to get the shape. So just going to go mix it up and put the first layer on now. So just to show you the stuff that I'm going to be using today, bear in mind just picked up this stuff from Halfords just because it's convenient and easy, and also because I'm only doing small patches and small pieces today. There's no need to buy like tons of it in bulk. So just picked up this kit, which is this one here. Just comes with everything that you need. It's got resin in there, it's got the sheets, it usually comes with a brush and a small pot to mix stuff in as well, but I've already used that stuff, so that's not in there. So I've picked up extras, so I've got extra glass tissue, resin and extra hardener as well, so that we can mix up some more stuff should we need it. So yeah, plastic cups are quite helpful to have, because the small ones they give you are tiny really for doing bigger bits. And then I've picked up more brushes as well, just standard plastic brushes from B&Q, seem to be fine. So that's what we need today. Alright, not looking too pretty at the moment, but here's the first layer just on. As I say, this is just initial layer, just so I can get the shape. Once it's fully dry, then I can take the whole thing off, flip it over and then glass from the inside out to thicken it up basically, and then sand all the bits off and smooth it, paint it to get it to a nice smooth finish. But I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's hopefully going to do the job, but we won't know until it's finished drying up, so I'll come back as soon as it's finished. Right, and there we go guys, first side, just pulled it off the car, so see it's still rough around the edges, still needs to be cut, and then glass from underneath, still left the clay in, but just pulled it straight off the front. So now once this fully cures and then I start building up the back, I can sand off the front, block it all in, get it all nice and smooth, and then we've got ourselves a custom capping piece, which is really, really cool. It's come out pretty much exactly as I was expecting it to, which is great. So yeah, job well done. So I'm just going to get the other side off now, and that'll be it for this. Right, here we go guys, just pulled both of them off the car. So as you can see, I think it's worked out pretty damn well, to be honest, giving me a single skin to start with. Pretty much all the clay fell out as well, which is good. So internet confirmed that hard car wax does work as a mold release wax. So yeah, worked on both sides, which is great. Looking fairly similar, which is good as well. Needing obviously some work, but hey ho, it gives us a start, and it just goes to show that you can, considering I've never done anything like this before in my life. I'd say it's a pretty good start. Just goes to show that you can do it yourself in the garage without too much trouble. So we have it. So if you're enjoying videos, give the page a subscribe and follow the build along. Sort of prove that you can do things yourself if you put your mind to it. And anyway, so yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.